Welcome to Board Game Archaeologists, where we play time-worn games from the past. I'm Hunter.
I'm Rob.
And today we're looking at the Mad Magazine board game.
The Mad Magazine board game, from the comic book that started in 1952, later a magazine in 1955. The board game was made in 1979 by Parker Brothers. It's for 8 to adults and 2 to 4 players.
The objective of the game is to be the first person to lose all your money.
And the parts to the game is you got a great board with a lot of cool artwork on it. You have the cards. They're literally called card cards. A pair of dice. It's a dice game, not a spinner. We have 4 basic colored things. I didn't go and make any new ones this time. And we have the money in the bank.
So to start out, essentially what you want to do is you want to dictate who's going to be the banker. This isn't really important in the long run, but we'll kind of get into that. From there on, you have someone put $500 beneath the tough luck, and every player will roll 1 die, and the person with the lowest roll is actually going to be the person who goes first. From there, you have to go counterclockwise on the board, but there's a very important rule in it, because you'll use both dice once you're actually moving. You have to roll with your left hand. If you roll with your right hand and anyone sees you, every player that's playing can give you $500.
And again, that's the goal. Get rid of your money. So you're always watching what hand people are using.
And when you get all of your money, typically you'll get 1 $5,000, 4 1,000s, 2 500s. And so everyone starts off with 10,000. However, once you actually start to play, the board game really kind of comes alive when you're playing it because every instruction is in every tile. So there's not a whole lot of broad instruction of the game, more just you land here and it says, if there's an opponent with elbows on the table, lose 2,000. If not, lose 4,000.
Right. Or you could pick a card, and if you're a boy, you might get $500 or you might get to pay out $500. Sometimes you have to do goofy antics too.
Yeah, however, a lot of them include switching seats, and that includes the banker. And so whenever someone's switching seats, they have to leave their money where it is.
Yep.
So eventually, you might see the hand that you started out with, or you'll win with someone else's. So you never really know what's going to happen until it's over.
And in the game we played, we jumped around a lot. We were doing almost musical chairs because there's so much direction to it. Another special place on the board is this one, that if your name is Alfred E. Newman, you get to win the $1,300,029,063 bill. We only have one of it, and you're going to lose the game with it.
And there's really only kind of a couple things that you need to know about the board before it all kind of comes together. For example, when they say that you can send a player anywhere, anywhere is actually a place on the board where you basically kind of waste a turn and then are put back into start. But there's also different kind of special tiles.
Yeah, there's the double arrow tiles too, and they're in 3 different spots. And if you land on one of those, you get to go up the special arrow area, but you only use 1 dice to do it.
So what did you like about the game?
My favorite part about it is it comes with a Jack Davis cover. Jack Davis is one of my favorite artists of all time. He started way back in the EC. Well, he probably started before the EC stuff, but I know him for his EC horror and science fiction and stuff like that. Don Martin and all the usual gang of idiots have their art displayed all over the board. So the board is really cool. Another thing I liked about it is it's really random, and you really got to watch how you act, and it gets you off your seat, and it really is this kind of involving game.
Yeah, that really kind of ties in with my positive that, like, similarly to our episode on Watergate, the game just oozes personality. It sets a tone and it kind of keeps it there. We played very productively where we were actively trying to get rid of our money in any means necessary, so we do all the goofy but you could technically just accumulate wealth because you know you're going to be switching seats. You can be that way, but we didn't choose to do that.
Right, it's that part of luck. But every game has that luck and skill. This has a lot of luck to it, but a lot of fun to it.
Yeah, typically relying super heavy on the luck is an easy way to kind of put me off. But in this sense, it's just really easy to kind of get into the flow of it. And just like after you switch chairs for the 20th time, you kind of know it's like you can't take it too seriously.
Right. It's not like if you're playing chess one-on-one and you're really into the game. This game, I don't think you really care who wins by the end of it because you're just happy and it was a fun thing to play.
Yeah, and that's something that a lot of these board games, there's some competitive element where I'm sure that some people can get into it and get really aggressive in their play style. This is one of those that it's rather silly to do so or impossible to.
Right.
And so I think it really plays to its advantage.
Yes, it is. I love the game. I think it's a fun game, and I don't think I'd change a thing about it.
Yeah, it's slightly limited in some ways where it's like you kind of know all of the spaces after a while. But like, again, Ooze's personality. It's got a lot over the normal games that we've played.
It does.
Well, thanks for watching.
Yeah, and if you want to know more about us, check us out at toyarchaeology.com. But more importantly, check us out on our Facebook group and page. We are pretty active there and like to share what we're kind of doing. And don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube.
We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.